I've interviewed divorce attorneys about this, and, I asked one of them if he was afraid of marriage. And he said, no, I'm not afraid of marriage. I could get an ironclad prenup. I'm not afraid of that. But what I am afraid of is having a child, because when you have a kid, that kid is not yours, and you are always at the mercy of her and her family if they start getting in her ear, her friends if they start getting in her ear, if she starts watching the wrong stuff on TikTok. And he said every man thinks that they can prevent it somehow, but you just never know.
Social media have you thinking a bitch out your league, right? Whole time bitch banned from a beauty supply store.
Two things can be true at once. Got her in 4K on the door. As a beauty supply owner, you ain't lying. Whole time wanted for stealing a comb. This is a little too specific. Picture on the wall. I don't even play like that. You ain't told not one lie. Picture facing out the window so you can see it walking in. Exactly. These modern women be showing the best parts of themselves. Whole time be involved in criminal behavior. You're not out of my league. You're actually below my league. Actually, let me rephrase that. You are out of my league because you're a criminal, and I don't date criminals.
If you take a girl on a date and y'all get there and she's like, oh, hell, oh, no, honey, take me home. Take me home. No.
The question was,
no, honey.
The question was, what are y'all doing in this situation? That's not going to happen because I ask all the right questions before a date. Good man. Somebody else says, do as she wishes and call her an Uber. Somebody else said, politely take her home. No worries. Somebody else said, it's not even about the date anymore. It's about the bullet he dodged. Exactly. I'm not going to argue with you. Contrary to popular belief, men ain't going to sit up here, be over you, arguing with you. I'm leaving. I'm going back to the house. If you want to act stupid, you can do that on your own time.
You remember that time when you're like, him, and then you end up him again? Yeah, me too.
Somebody in the comments said, never again, 8 times. Girl.
I know a lot of you have been waiting for the Phil's Man update, and I wish I had better news, but there is no update. Basically, this was, 2 weeks ago, and I met a gentleman at Phil's coffee shop, and it felt very movie-like, very meet cute, where our eyes meet, and he, I give him a signal, and he comes over and asks me for my number. He had texted me while we were standing next to each other. This is his name. And then I replied later in the day, hi, blank. It was really wonderful meeting you, or something like that. And then I never heard back. So we don't really know what happened, but I have a feeling I know what happened, because a guy doesn't just walk across a coffee shop and ask you for for your number and then never hit you up again. So it could not be this, but I think he saw my social media and got scared. I've been in the situation where a family member of the guy that I'm going out with starts to see my content, and it becomes a very weird thing. So this is just an added layer of, the type of content that I create. So, but my perfect person is going to think what I do is super cool and vulnerable and awesome. So I'm not too worried about it, but just to close the loop on Phil's Man, I don't think I'll be hearing back from him because it's been quite a long time. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Somebody in the comments said, or he went home to his wife. Somebody else said, I was thinking maybe he was married. Somebody else said, I would have probably assumed he was in a relationship already. Or just hear me out. Maybe it was what she said it was. He saw her content because, oh my God, she has 735,000 followers on TikTok, 25.4 million likes. The brunette, Carrie Bradshaw of the Bay Area. Sex and the City reference. Imagine that. Some men don't want to be out there like that. Maybe it's that. Well, the perfect guy is going to think this is cool. not talking about my relationship, I don't know what you're going to say about me. I don't know what you're going to say. Some men are not going to like that. That's what we keep on trying to tell you. Y'all don't want to hear it. And I'm looking at her content here. What she does is actually pretty. This is her going to like a Gap show. What she does is pretty interesting. This is her getting ready for some errands or whatever and whatnot. Nice apartment. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Put on her makeup. And I thought she was like, yeah, she's got a pretty interesting perfume collection. Dresses, I mean, that's not my style, but I mean, that might be for somebody else, right? Reads, so that's good. If you were posting videos like this, I don't know that dudes would necessarily have a problem with that, to be honest with you. Like if you're just chilling, I don't know if dudes would necessarily have a problem with that. It's the fact that some of your stuff is about like other dudes, and women do this, and they be just like, oh, I went out with him, we did this, yada yada yada, and it's like, how many times did you do this? How many times? How many guys are you going out with? And I think that would make anybody nervous. Well, how do you know that? How do you know that? Because y'all say it makes y'all nervous. So when y'all be doing the same thing that y'all wouldn't want done to y'all, and be acting confused as to why men don't want to be a part of that, y'all are doing it to yourselves at this point. I'm sure you're a nice person. I'm looking right here and I see you taking pictures of your friend, allowing her to do what I'm sure every girl dreams of doing, the poses and the catwalk. And man, these are going to be fire pictures for Instagram. Fantastic. Go do your thing. Like if you guys are involved in this type of stuff, man, a lot of men don't want to be involved in that. Like, man, that's for y'all. But like you guys be doing weird stuff, telling them how y'all be getting a fancy dinner and then it just didn't work out. A man's not going to want to see that. Then y'all be in the club shaking everything but not wearing nothing. Men don't want to be involved in that. All a man might say is, shoot, man, maybe at some point in time, y'all stop doing that. Just don't do it at all. Respect the man's wishes.
Rachel, what did Juvenile want you to do?
Back that up.
Nick, what did Juvenile want you to do?
Juva who? What?
Mitch, what did Juvenile want you to do?
Back that up.
Matt, what did Juvenile want you to do?
Back that up.
Yeah. What did Juvenile want you to do?
No. Oh, you're exposing me.
What did Juvenile want you to do?
Don't have it. Don't have it.
Brian,
Yo.
what did Juvenile want you to do?
I have no idea.
Sarah, what did Juvenile want you to do?
Can I just get back to the Trump rally? Oh God, what?
What did Juvenile want you to do?
I don't know.
Hey, Kelly, what did Juvenile want you to do? Kat, what did Juvenile want you to do?
What most people on TikTok want me to do. Back that ass up.
Philly, what did Juvenile want you to do?
I can't even say that.
Bree, what did Juvenile want you to do?
Back that up.
Hey, Chase, what's up? What did Juvenile want you to do?
It's before my time.
Yes.
What did Juvenile want you to do?
It's my favorite song. Back that up.
Josh, what did Juvenile want him to do?
Back that up.
That boy Josh been waiting to say that.
The media consistently feminizes black men. There is a real push and movement to create a very feminine visual of black men. Feminine, feeble, goofy, not leader. That is the entire push for many brands, marketers, for media, movies. You can see it in all aspects of life, even down to just basic commercials. If they have a chance to show a black man, he's either going to be gay or goofy. This is something that has to change. We need more marketers who are not going to continue to give in to showing black men as being these broken individuals, showing black men in dresses, showing black men always being weak and just feminine. That is not how black men are. And to continue to portray this visual that we only have black men who are basically wanting to polish their nails and want to get their hair done and want to be ultra feminine is incredibly problematic. It's incredibly problematic. So I'm very excited to see a movement of conservative marketers, especially conservative black marketers, who are ready to show a renewed and empowered visual of the black American family. Because showcasing this visual that black women are always loudmouth, always, saying things that are incredibly just problematic and creating division and, being just mean. That needs to go. Showing us always being this hyper visual that black women are consistently wanting to show their bodies and wanting to have the biggest butt and giant lips and just be these just hyper, just provocative kind of gross individuals. That needs to go. It's time. It's time for an entire new branding of the black American family and black men and women. So that is something I'm very excited to see for us. And I hope that we start to see much more of it now that we've kind of had a shift back to normalcy, because the way that things were spiraling out of control and people were being emboldened to showcase these visuals and they're getting grants and all these things if they show that, hey, look, it's all LGBTQ over here, and this is a makeup brand for women, but hey, we got dudes with mascara and eyeshadow on and all this stuff. It's like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And just stop. You want to make a makeup brand for dudes, go put it in the dudes out. Like, stop erasing women from women-based brands and women marketing. It's for women. Stop putting men in women's stuff, because you don't see women in men's stuff. You don't see these same marketing agencies putting a bunch of women in men's stuff. You hardly ever see that happen. But dudes are always getting into women's marketing campaigns and women's brands and all of that. It's time for something new.
Honestly, we like to say it's black men and black women. Nah, I'm thinking about Harry Styles right now. I'm thinking about Machine Gun Kelly, just doing that type of stuff, right? That's what I'm thinking about. So, yeah, I think in general, I think it's one thing if you have one dude or something like that doing that, or like a few of them, but there's I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying, you got people who want to express themselves and do that, and like, oh, this is our crew over here. But to make the population that in general is a little bit weird. Like, to push for that is a little bit weird. And that's why you see a lot of young ladies act the way that they do, because they're growing up seeing this type of stuff, and they're seeing that it's okay to do that. It's okay to talk like that. It's okay to dress like that. Right? Last time I checked, Kim Kardashian ain't white. She not. And I see a lot of these young white ladies doing the same thing. And the white dudes be like, what the heck is this? That's why you have a lot of these videos like this. Because, man, that's not the way my mom looked. This not even the way my sister don't look like. Like, nobody around me looks like that. Nobody around me does that. The people around me that are into this type of stuff, we not cool with that. So if we not cool with that, why would you think that I want to wife that up? Why would you think that I want you raising and nurturing my son to be that? None of, just let him flow and just let him do it. No, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I want my son to act, that's toxic masculine. No, I don't want to hear that crap. I don't want to hear that. That's bull crap. Y'all doing that nonsense, that stupidity, trying to make me feel like I'm going the wrong way. Nah. And that's why cut off a lot of stuff, stop doing a lot of stuff, stop listening to a lot of stuff, reconnect with the fellas. Oh, yeah, man, that's what I thought. But people kept on telling me X, Y, and Z. No, man, bro, you're going the right direction. Keep on doing that. We got you. All right, bet. That's how men talk. But that y'all be trying to make it seem like men don't be talking at all. Men don't have no friends at all. That's what y'all be making it. Oh man, just because y'all don't meet for brunch, then y'all going the wrong way. Y'all ain't got no emotional intelligence and all this chatter and all this da. This is what a man should look like. This is what a man should do. This is what a man should be. It's what a man should talk like. Shut up. You don't know nothing about no man. Never seen no stable, consistent man in your household trying to tell somebody else what they should be doing. The heck out of here. That's what men need to start doing. Get the heck out of my face. Oh, you gonna put your hand? No, I ain't said nothing. I was gonna put my hands on you. But you talking stupidity right now, and I'm not gonna be around with that. I'm not going for that. And you're not gonna tell my son to do that. You're not gonna tell my daughter to do that. I'm not with none of the foolishness that you got going on. Get out of my face.
Hi, my name is Chrissy, and I am a retired Bob. I hate that word so much. So basically, for 4 years, I have been making TikToks literally for the male gaze. It started off very innocent, like I was just making dances and stuff, and then suddenly my videos reached male audience, and all they cared about was my looks. I did this for 4 years until I reached almost 800,000 followers on TikTok. But the longer I did it, the further I was away from showing you guys my true self. And I'm a fun person, I swear. So here I am, tired of making thirst traps. I'm literally starting from scratch, ground zero. Because I want you guys to know who I really am.
So my homeboy said that women giving women relationship advice is the blinding the blind. And I'm like, why are you right? Because I definitely just made the worst decisions after getting off the phone with my homegirl.
If they would tell you what it is instead of how they feel it should be, then y'all be good. Heck, if y'all tell each other, man, this is how I want it to be, and then say, well, but this is how it is, then y'all are still good. But y'all spend too much time, yeah, no, this is how it should be, and you better say this, and then you ruin everything that you had going for yourself.
The reason why you don't have that soft life or that stay-at-home life that you want with your man is because you are unwilling to live within his financial means. You see, the real problem is you get on here and you look at these pretentious couples who say that they get to go to Ruth Chris every Friday night for date night. But see, your man ain't got Ruth Chris money, but he got Cheesecake Factory money. He got Applebee's money. He got Olive Garden money, which is just as good. But you done sat up here on Instagram and let somebody talk you out of that.
Your girlfriends will be like, you can have any guy you want. And I'm like, no, I can have any guy I don't want. We're literally talking about a guy that I want that I can't have. What a thing to say.
That's the difference between a good man and a great man. That don't have nothing to do with a woman's selfish desires for that man to do what she want him to do. Take care of his responsibilities. The man is trying to please a woman. A man will lose his mind trying to deal with that because women ultimately don't even know what they want. Because women are so emotional, it don't matter what you did. All the way up until the moment she's mad. When she mad, it don't matter what you did. She'll destroy everything because she didn't get her way in these 5 minutes. There needs to be an understanding of what a good man is, and that is totally based on how you evaluate the nature of a man, not based on the desires of a woman. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Right. Okay.
Somebody in the comments, because obviously she's singing a different tune, said, funny, she's in the same boat as the fellas. Princella, it's hard out here. Somebody else said, now you making sense. Another dude said, Charleston White tried to tell you, sis. And he did, as well as many other men.
I'll tell y'all one of the reasons I think that people are having a hard time connecting and staying connected romantically without y'all getting mad at me. Y'all can't get mad at me. It's because a lot of people are lazy and desperate. Now, I said don't get mad at me because I'm not calling you desperate in the way that you should even be offended by desperate. Lazy, that's T. But desperate, I'm not calling you desperate in that way. Like you just settling for any old thing, even though some people do settle for any old thing. But I'm saying, I just mean desperate by the way of you want to be in relationship with someone so bad that you don't do the work. You just want to get to the relationship part of it. And a lot of the times you'll hear women say, men don't court women anymore, but women don't court men either, right? Y'all give men 3 business weeks to ask you to be their girlfriend. And it's simply not enough time. I don't care how you wrap it about. It has nothing to do with a man knowing he likes you. A man can know he likes you in a day. That doesn't mean you need to be in a relationship with him the next day. So let's add impatient to that too. You're desperate, lazy, and impatient. I'm going to give you an example. That way, if you were kind of pissed off at me at the beginning of the video, maybe this will make you less pissed off because it'll put it more into context, or put what I'm saying more into context, right? So I am sitting here editing a video and I am watching the 4th season, so the new season of Sweet Magnolias. It just dropped on Netflix. In episode 7, spoiler alert if you're not into spoilers, Helen sees Eric's home for the first time. And her reaction to seeing his place for the first time, sort of walking through, taking it in, and seeing all of these unspoken like elements of who he is, of his personality, through his decor, through the things that he collects, the art, the music that's in his home. And I'm like, oh my God, that is like my favorite part of dating. I hear people say over and over again how they hate if I have to get to know one more person, if I have to start over with one more person, I'm going to just, and I'm like, oh my God, that is literally my most favorite part of dating, is learning first about people. Not just learning first about people, but like experiencing first with people, like your first long conversation on the phone, the one where your feet is up.
Well, it sounds like you trying to date somebody. It sounds like you're trying to get to know somebody. Let me say this and I'll continue letting you move on. These modern women don't want to know nothing about you except how big your bank account is, how fat your wallet is, how much can you spend on me, how much will you spend on me. If I say I'm willing to put down 100, could you make it 105? Could you make it 150? Could you make it 200? At least my ex did 250. I'm giving you a deal on me. I'm a hot commodity. No, you're not.
On the wall while you're talking, you know, the first time that y'all realize that y'all have a shared experience. Even better if it's like a funny shared experience. Even better if it's not supposed to be funny, but y'all both are laughing at it. So then you realize that you have the same kind of sick and twisted like personality or coping mechanism or whatever the case may be. The first kiss, you know what I'm saying? The first time you do some PDA, like hold hands in public, like all of that type of stuff I love. And yes, also like those first little getting to know, you know, what do you do for fun? What do you, all of that. Like I love getting to know people. And y'all just want to skip right past that part. And I'm just like, how and why? It's like y'all want to skip past the getting to know you part and just hop in a relationship and then get to know people. And in my opinion, that's just as backwards. And that's where the desperation part comes in, because I feel like people feel like if they take their time, then they're going to lose the person. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't lock them in now, then
well, they feel like, man, if I but if they also feel like, and maybe she's about to say this, they also feel like if I spend too much time with this person, I miss another opportunity over here. And you can kind of couch that underneath too many options, or feeling like you have too many options. So this is what's happening to a lot of these modern women, and to be fair, men too.
Then they may go away. And so you skip all of that part and then just hop in a relationship with people and find out about them that you could have found out if you just took your time and really like got to know them. So I really think that people need to just slow down, especially young people. I know y'all don't like to hear this because y'all think y'all got 30 minutes, but I am a almost 41-year-old woman. I'm telling you, you have time. I need for you to slow down. I don't care what other cultures do.
Bruh, you got time. I mean, my God, let's say you get out of high school, right? And I just want to chill, man. I don't want to go into responsibility, dude. Like not straight into it, man. I want to have a little fun. Okay, fine. So you're in college doing your thing, 2 or 3 years, just doing my thing, trying to see what I want, trying to see what I got going on, dating people, you know, and even doing that thing. But what happens is you guys get into college and you go buck wild. Y'all go buck wild and you start being irresponsible. And then you're like, you're being irresponsible. This is going to come back to bite you in the behind. And you're like, oh, but I don't care. I'm going to keep on doing it anyway. when you should have been keeping your eyes peeled for, you know what? Maybe not right now because we're not in the space and we've talked about it and we've collectively agreed that maybe we're not in the space right now, but let's hang out. Let's be friends. You're cool enough to be friends. All right, bet. And then that would develop into a relationship. You got time to make the investment. And even if you guys don't end up doing anything, oh man, we talked for a little while, that didn't work. And then you're going to find somebody else and do the same thing with them. You're just looking at different options. You got time at that point in time versus not trying to entertain anything at any point in time, getting out of that phase. And then 10 years later, when you're about, let's say you got out of college at 33 or 23. 10 years later, you're 33. And now you're like, my clock is ticking. Oh my God, I need to start looking. Too bad you've never learned, really, to be honest with you, how to date, how to be courted, how to be pursued, how to be chased. You've never really understood what a real man is. Your reference is now what you've seen on TV. And that's what you're trying to compare and match these men up with. Oh man, he's got 90% of what I want based on what I saw on TV. Oh man, he ain't really have anything based on what I saw on TV. So what does that look like? An average man might be 5'9", 5'10", making about 60K, doing right, got his own place. He don't got a house, but he's got his own place. You know, he ain't got everything, but I'm surviving. I'm making it. I know how to dress. I know how to step out on a budget and for whatever I need. I don't drive the most expensive car, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Right at my age, we're on the same age. You're not going to want him. You're going to pass him right by. And you're going to say, well, I was able to one time in my 20s when I was out there acting buck wild, mess around with a professional football player. And then y'all take that story and put it on TikTok. And that be your whole personality on TikTok, retelling that story in different angles for God knows how long. And you retell that story so much that the man that you actually wanted, and you'll realize this another 10 years down the road when you're 43, y'all retell that story and then y'all miss your chance. And then when y'all 43, y'all was like, man, I spent all of these years telling this story about this man and this one underneath my nose. And I should have went with him, but now I can't because he's married and he's got a family. As a matter of fact, one of his kids I just saw online looks like they're going to high school right now. Uh-oh, that's too bad. One of his kids looks like I saw him taking them to their first day of middle school. And I'm just sitting here, but at least I got you guys. I need y'all to band together with me. I need y'all to be my support, my backbone. And now you got to, this is what modern women do, and it's so freaking sad. Now y'all got to lean all the way into something that was only supposed to be a support system. It was only supposed to be like for whenever you need it. And now y'all got to dig into it and use it over and over and over again. Instead of it being like a savings account, all of a sudden this thing is like, I got to have it. Like I got to pull like this. This is supposed to be something like a rainy day fund. And this becomes my main fund. This becomes the stuff that I use all the time. And you keep on drawing the support of your followers, the people that you quote unquote influence. Now them folks are influencing you. They telling you what to do. Go here, try this, maybe try to do that, maybe go over here because you spent your time playing around. You spent your time messing around with this dude and that dude. And listen, man.
I don't care. Slow down. Take your time. Get to know people. If they're going to be your boyfriend, they will be your boyfriend or your girlfriend in 3 weeks or 3 months. Slow down. Get to know people, right? It takes time and effort and work, right? Real conversation to get to know people. That way, if it's a dub, it'll be a dub up front instead of a dub a year into the relationship when you start finding out stuff about people that you didn't know because you didn't take the time to get to know them. And unrelated, but kind of related because I don't want to make another video. One of the most attractive things to me is a man's personal style. Yes, I'm talking everything from their style of dress. I know some people find that so unimportant. I do not. I think it is so sexy. A man that has a like personal style point of view, the way that they present themselves, and it's not just about the clothes, it's about the it's about the swagger, that like if they could carry off what they're I love it. But it's also their home. I love a man with a nice home, great art, great decor. I love it. The music that you listen to, the cultural experiences that you are into, all of that is personal style. All of that is personal style, right? And even when you don't have the words to say, they'll speak volumes for you and to who you are. See, it wasn't that bad. And if you started off by calling me a corn up ahead of heifer, take it back.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like I said, or like she was saying, I echo that. You can take your time, right? A lot of these young ladies get out here and they be doing whatever they doing until at that point in time, you got to rush and you got to get desperate and you got to find somebody. There's different ways and better ways to do it. Great video.